Master Huai, when you see something moving, it can be attributed to the movement of qi. However, sometimes there are indeed objects that move, and it requires careful examination to determine the exact situation. Case 8. Actress, female. Translation. This woman, in her early 40s, had many experiences of paranormal phenomena during her childhood. As a teenager, she frequently suffered from migraines, mental confusion, and sudden impulsive and bizarre behaviors. Master Huai. The specifics of her strange behaviors weren't fully explained, but these are actually critical issues. Translation. As a result, she underwent psychological therapy and was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but she was not hospitalized. At the age of 24, she began practicing various meditation techniques. About a year later, her migraines became more severe, but after a few weeks, her mental confusion and bizarre behaviors ceased. Within less than a year, she began to feel vibrations in her legs, which gradually spread to her arms and chest. A few weeks later, this sensation extended to her neck, the back of her head, and her forehead. These sensations were more pronounced during meditation. At times she felt that her entire body, especially her palms, was heating up. While meditating, she would experience shaking, spasms, and anxiety. Later, the cycle of Kundalini awakening began again. Bill Bodri. Most people don't fully understand what Kundalini awakening means, and they mistakenly think any such experience is Kundalini. Translation. One time, after meditating for an extended period, she developed a new awareness of her throat. She felt as though her head had separated from her body, and her throat started making sounds on its own. She became aware of an observing self, watching everything. This experience corresponded to the opening of her throat chakra, and after that, most of her Kundalini-related symptoms disappeared. Bill Bodri. Why did she feel her head was floating above her body, as if disconnected? Master Huai. This was because the flow of qi couldn't pass smoothly through the back of her head, and it couldn't descend. She might also have had spinal problems, and perhaps even chronic bronchitis. Translation. After that, her meditation sessions were generally calm and peaceful. She said that through meditation, her work efficiency and sense of fulfillment increased. At this point, the author mentions a British man with psychic abilities named Manning. As a child, Manning could see objects moving even though he himself wasn't moving. This continued until one day he realized he could automatically write articles without thinking. Soon, he discovered that he could paint like some of history's most famous artists, completing a piece in 10 to 20 minutes. Eventually, he pursued painting as his career, and the sensation of seeing objects move ceased. Master Huai. This British man's ability to see objects move was likely due to instability in his visual nerves, and he should have undergone a neurological examination. Gradually, this issue spread to his left brain, leading to an overactive mind while stabilizing his visual nerves. His thought processes were very fast. In Chinese medicine, this is referred to as sensory transmission. Bill Bodri. Were the objects he saw moving ghosts, as people commonly believe, or was it a matter of his qi being off? Master Huai. Seeing things move can indeed be caused by qi. However, sometimes objects do move, and it requires careful examination to figure out which situation it is. In most cases, it is rarely ghosts causing things to move. There's a saying in Chinese, demons are created by the mind and monsters arise from human intention. From a Yogacara perspective, his experiences were projections of his individual consciousness, creating solitary illusory realms. If these projections carry physical substance, they are called substantial realms. For example, in the dark, you might think you see a person sitting, but upon closer inspection, it's a chair with a bag and a coat draped over it. This is called pseudo-substantial realms. Our bodies, however, are true substantial realms presented by the inherent nature of alaya consciousness. Bill Bodri, sometimes children hear knocking at the door, but when they go to check, no one is there. Could this also be caused by their own qi? Master Huai. Yes, but sometimes it is a genuine psychic phenomenon, something real.